Welcome to another version of the I Code Write video podcast. This is John Warren speaking. I'm going to talk a little bit about using rich internet applications today. A rich internet application is an application that actually executes and runs across the internet. The data is saved remotely from the user, and the application doesn't actually reside on the host computer other than when it's being run. There are several benefits of rich internet applications. One is ease of data sharing, in that if you work with, say, a word processing document or spreadsheet with a rich internet application, it's very easy to share this information with other users and work on them together and collaborate. Another very nice thing is access to data from just about anywhere. If you work on multiple computers, maybe a desktop at home and a desktop at the office, if you save things, data files, say word processing files with a rich internet application such as Google Docs, you're able to access the exact same data whether you're at home or at the office. Now, one of the limitations is obviously that you don't have access to your data if you don't have an internet connection. So if you lose connectivity, you're not going to be able to work with those documents until you regain some of that connectivity. Some of these providers, especially Google, are working on the ability to utilize these applications without a live internet connection, but that's things that are down the road and that are coming. But in my opinion, for most applications, the benefits far outweigh the limitations of rich internet applications. When you start thinking about access to data from anywhere, sharing data, not having to worry about whether the data has been backed up, or if you have say someone steals your laptop or you lose it in an airport, you don't have to worry about your data being out loose in the wild or just not having access to the data anymore. Some examples of rich internet applications, as I've alluded to, Google Documents or Google Docs is one which has word processing, spreadsheets, and presentations. Adobe just recently launched Photoshop Express, which is not a full-featured Photoshop, but it's an RIA, which lets you use things from many different areas, access photos from different computers, share things, collaborate. It has interactivity with some of the social networking sites and other things. QuickBooks Online is another very popular one that many people are starting to use. It isn't quite as full-featured as QuickBooks Pro, especially in payroll, so some people haven't jumped on for those reasons. And that one actually is not very cross-platform compatible. But I think the era of the rich internet application is here to stay. I'm going to show you just a quick demo of using Google Docs. I'm not going to go into many specifics to really teach you how to use Google Docs, but just give you an idea of how powerful it can be.
Well, what you're looking at right now is the Google Documents Beta desktop. As you can see, I have two files saved here. One is a spreadsheet and one is a sample word processing document. If I click on the title of the document, it's going to open a window which will then have the document. I've just typed some text in here to show you an example of, really the texting. As you notice, a lot of the formatting looks familiar: bold, italic, underline. You can change the color of the font. You can do highlighting. You can change the size and different types of font. You can save the document, and then you can print the document. When you're working with word processing or spreadsheet documents, you see the share button. If I were to click on this, it would allow me to share it with different people, basically specifying the email address, and then I would be on my way to sharing the document. When you take a look at a spreadsheet, again, I've just set up a very simple spreadsheet, and I just put in an estimated copy cost per machine, which would be $149 for Office, $79 for iWork, or $0 for Google Docs if you're using it as a private individual, and then multiplying it out by the number of users. Well, the spreadsheet certainly isn't as full-featured as you'd find in Microsoft Word or in Microsoft Office or in iWork. It's very functional and gets a lot of very basic things done. You can also do presentations with Google Documents. I didn't upload one here for this example, but you can import PowerPoint presentations or create them. One of the things people will do is use them to collaborate on creating the presentation, and then they'll export them or save them and use a desktop version when they actually do the presentation, so they don't have any issues with internet access. But all of this is done over the web. The files are not saved locally, so you're able to share them with other people easily. It's really quite a powerful application, just one example of a rich internet application.
Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I hope you found things interesting. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me at the address on the screen or grab me by Skype at jwarrenod. Thanks and have a great day.